Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are featuring the brand Aquastar. Now Aquastar I think came out originally in the 60s. They had some very cool models, but like many brands they kind of died by the wayside. But now they're under new management. We're getting some quite kind of cool watches coming from them. And this one we have here is their Model 60 Greenwich. Now there are only 100 of these watches worldwide, which is a very, very low number. It is available also in a blue, and I think the standard colour is black. But overall, it's a very nice watch. It just feels very solid. It feels like a quality bit of kit, I think so. Anyway, overall, I can't complain. Plus, it's got some funky packaging, which we'll talk about in a minute. But before I get too far into it, I've got to say a massive thank you to the team over at First Class Watches of Kenilworth. They've been superstars. Always got cool watches for me to take away and review. And overall, just top guys to deal with. So if you're in the Midlands area, I'd strongly recommend popping into their shop. If you're a bit further afield, well, don't worry, because I'll leave a link in the description below and at the bottom of the page now. All I ask is that you do mention the channel's name if you order anything from them or even contact them. So anyway, let's talk sizes first. This one is actually 37mm by a thickness I'm reading of 12.8, 12.7-ish. Now, this is quite interesting actually, because on their own website they do state the case size is 11mm, and that is true. But what you got to remember is a lot of companies just read from the bottom to the top of the bezel, not the dome of the crystal, so do be aware of that. The lug-to-lug size, the longest point across the watch, is 47, and the bracelet size on this I'm reading at 19mm. The dial itself, the dial is lovely. We've got a real nice green hue going on here. It has got a sunburst effect on there, so it catches the light in certain ways and kind of you just get more interesting shadow work going on there. The actual hour markers are beautiful on this watch. They've been highly polished and they are applied to that dial. They look really good. Now there is lume on these. Obviously there's also lume on the hands as well. It is a pretty good lume and does seem to work really well. I do like the way each hand is different. You've got the pointed style here, a box section going on there, and a lollipop second hand. Now we've just got a nice script up there with Swiss, and then you got the star, and it does say 200 meters. So this is a 200 meter capable diver, and the date window over here at the 3 o'clock position. Overall, I just think it's nice. They've done a really clean and tidy job on this. Now, as we come past that, as we mentioned, we've got this nice domed sapphire crystal. It is double domed. You can tell because you get like a magnification of the hand stack and the actual hour markers there. They look really good actually. And as we come past, oh sorry, I should mention it's also got, I think they state 3 layers of AR coating on there. So all the merrier. The actual bezel on this, they've got this nice radial brushwork going on there. It looks really good. You do have a lume pip at the top. Now, as for bezel action, it is absolutely gorgeous. What they say is there's a ceramic bearing under there. And it's superb. Back play, absolutely zero. Really, really good. But one thing did surprise me, being that this is kind of designed as a diver, you would expect the bezel to be one direction only, but it isn't. It can actually go both directions, which is surprising. I thought they would have done it for unidirectional, because that way you can actually get your diver, you can actually get the certificate being that this is a true tested diver, but they haven't gone with that. But overall, it is great. The knurling on the side, well, the machine work on it is very crisp. It is so easy to purchase. This bezel, honestly, is a joy. It is really, really nice. And obviously, it lines up perfectly. So as we come past that, the actual body of the watch, they've got this nice slope going on here. The horizontal brushwork going on there, it looks very nice. And then you've got radial brushwork going across the top of the flanks there. It looks really, it looks kind of absolutely spot on. Any more than that, it'd look a bit coarse, or any less. Again, they've truly got the right kind of proportion with that. The actual crown on the side is actually, what do you call it? it's got their logo on the side. Sorry, I couldn't think of a word then. And it is a screw down crown. And there you go, a nice audible pop. Screw that back in. There we go. It's actually a good size as well. It's easy to purchase. I find that was no problem at all. Now, as we come round the back, we do have the Aquastar Deep Sea on there. It's a nice looking back, actually. But underneath that is an ETA 2824 movement. Now, I put this on the time graph. I think it was coming out 4.5 seconds, give or take, in the position I had it. Now, the actual movement, it's a 25 joule movement and it's got 38 hours. It is a solid movement. It's capable of being well within chronometer specs, which it already is, to be fair. Now, one thing I would say, and I do get people asking about this, about hand winding them. Now, when it comes to this, yes, you can hand wind it, but if you're just putting this watch on for the first time, I'd recommend just, like, say 5 to 8 turns of the crown max and let your wrist do the rest. It is not recommendable to keep hand winding these. It is actually possible to damage the ratchet wheel teeth on them, but overall you don't have to hand wind it anyway, just to start it up, and that is all you need. So as we come past that, we have this beads of rice bracelet. As you can see, it's all marked, it's got the standard fold over clasp there. You've got levels of micro adjustment, the logo on the back, and overall it's okay. Let's zoom in, sorry. It's an okay one, nothing wrong with it. For its price point, I think it's perfectly okay. The actual links are screwed. One thing I have noticed is on the back of the end link does seem to sit quite proud of the body of the watch. I don't know if they use this for other models and they found they could transfer it over. I don't know, but it does stick out somewhat. It's not sharp, but it is noticeable. Now, the bracelet does look quite good, I think, but let me show you this, because being a limited edition model, you do have some extras, and that's the actual case it comes in. It feels metal. And what you get also in the limited edition, well, with this one, if I open it, is actually another strap. So you get a NATO strap, which kind of matches the dial quite well, actually, I think. Yeah, it's okay, a little bit lighter, but overall it's still good, and it does have signed up hardware. Now, one thing I did notice, this is really cool. Instead of standard paperwork, you get this still has all the numbers on the back, but if you actually want to find out more about a watch, you've got it here, and that's a USB to put into your computer. I don't know if you can register the watch as being your own or stop the warranty, whatever, but it is just a very nice little touch. I think that's quite cool, actually. So let me show you it on my wrist. Quick wrist check. I'm wearing my Obersmorgen C-Star 60. Cracking watch. I've had it for many years, but I think I might be letting this one go soon. And Bob has got that lovely Riviera DLC on there, and I think that's such a cool watch. Now, my wrist size is 7¼ inches, which works out to about 18.5 centimeters. So let's put this on. How much bracelet do you actually get on this? I would say, what you're talking around about, possibly up to 8 inches for that bracelet. And that's it on my wrist. Considering that is a 37mm watch, many people would turn their nose up straight away at that. But because it's got a relatively, I'm not going to say long, well, yeah, possibly long lug to lug for the size of a dial, it fits really well. But look how low it sinks down onto the wrist. I think it is a very, very cool watch. Not sure which colour I'd go for. Would I go for this over the blue? Or would I go for standard black? I don't know, really. I do quite like the look of a black model as well. But anyway, I'll leave you to it, guys, and let me know what you think of the watch in the comments. But most importantly, you stay safe up there. So take care. Bye.